It's a pleasure to invite all of you to the ninth event edition of our Samprabha's Sambhashane. Today, we have a great speaker, Dr. Jagannatha Venkataramaiah, who has done human work to the mankind as far as water conservation is concerned. And today he's going to speak on climate resilient water security. Before handing over and introducing him, I would like to add something about the importance of water. You know, all civilizations started on the banks of the rivers. Today, you are seeing the river banks, how polluted, contaminated it is. In fact, water is equivalent to life. Without water, no life can exist, whatever may be the sort of thing. Life, apaha, even our Upanishads loudly speak about apaha, how to conserve the water. And what they say is, water is God, water is life. But what we have done for water today is something pathetic. We, in the mind of dynamic scientific development, we have contaminated the whole water resource. We could have straight away had water from any river. I even remember in the Vrishabhavati at the age of 4 or 5, I had a class visit where we had walked across the sands of Vrishabhavati river. Today, can anybody venture there? And today you want to clean that water, circulate that water for people. Are we wise or we have lost the senses? Whether development means contaminate something and find out solutions for it. This is where the whole chunks of issues are coming. In this regard, today I proudly present on water we can speak because that is the very basis of which today we exist as a human being, as a living animal, all fauna, flora, everybody wants water. Now on this, to give a great jnana, we have a greatest of the scientists. I have already circulated his biodata. You know him. I can't call it as biodata. It's a living data. And he continues to serve all of us, including Nasim. Just before the meeting also, he was recollecting about the work he has to do at Hindupur. Then you can imagine his commitment to life. His journey with Nasim also started long back. Then Dikshitji wanted somebody on environment to be emphasized. We identified our great man. Even today, I walk with him day in, day out. That's a proud moment. Mr. Jagannath comes from the great family at Mysore. He was an environmental engineer, professor of urban development, and more than anything, he served as a scientist in ISRO. Today, you know what ISRO has done for the world. Today, we are thinking of water in Earth. I think you may be able to even talk on water in other celestial bodies. So, to that extent, his water and his imaginations have gone up to the sky, to the spiritual level. He is a civil engineer from Mysore. Then his degrees, I think I can quote IIT Kharagpur in 1986 itself. So then you can imagine his knowledge. And I cut short with his permission. He has a certificate in the management with WHO, World Health Organization. He is a regular speaker there. He is a Buddhist study. You can see his spiritual attachment. And he is GIS certificate from University of Manila, pursuit of MA Sanskrit. So he is a ever-living student. And you look into his family, all of them are very well placed. 3 daughters in 3 different places on different subjects. They are conquering the world, fighting with him, competing with him equally. That's something to be enjoyable. And he is one of the medical doctors in general surgery with a super specialty MTech, one of the doctors. One of the daughter is also a spice scientist. Another is an eco scientist. So with this kind of upbringing, he has helped the society immensely today to help all of us to understand about the importance of water. He has accepted our invitation and he is here on time, right time. And he will be talking on the subject climate resilient water security. In fact, in nation, when I spoke on green customs, environmental hazardous talks regularly, he was also present in many of the talks where he said, Ram, you have a huge knowledge. But the knowledge he has, and my knowledge is nowhere. I am a kind of a molecule before him. He is there to speak to us today. You can imagine him. I heartily welcome him. Our president is already there now. Our Vasu also has come, and so many other important members have come. My subsequent speakers, Mr. Sudhay, will be there next week. He is also there. And I welcome all of you. And I speak our president to speak some opening remarks, exchanging his views about our today's speaker. Sir, over to you.
Mr. Kodandaram, I would like to mention that Dr. Jagannath sir has been very kind to us, and he has done a lot of studies, water audit in Nasim Bangalore and biodiversity related studies in Nasim Palasamudram. I am sure he will come out with a internationally recognized outcome. That apart, he has been known to me for a very long time, as he says. When I was DC in Bangalore Airport Air Cargo, the first time we had met. Thank you for roping in him, and we are all eagerly waiting for his session. At this point of time, I would like to make one announcement to all the participants that next Thursday morning, we have organized a blood donation camp and one talk on organ donation and organ pledging. I request all of you to kindly spread this word to all your friends who are able to participate. Please participate, and whoever could donate blood, kindly get us the names in and around Koramangala. I'm sure you have plenty of friends from the public as well as your colleagues. This is my personal appeal. Samprabha wants to undertake all these kind of activities. So I thank Kodandaram and all my team for running this kind of activities very promptly and regularly. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a great session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, over to Jagannath, sir. I will be placing the PPT. Whenever you say next slide, I will show you. Sir.
Okay.
Right, sir?
Sir, actually, my job is
Is the PPT visible, sir?
simplified because of Brother Kodandaraman and also Sir Narayan Swami, but giving us a specific focus of this initiative. And I want to just make some responses to this. See, Vidya Dadati Vinayam, it is said in Sanskrit. So, with humility, our knowledge will have different dimensions of working. That is point one. Second one, if you look at our own organization, where I'm from, where about 3 decades I have been groomed in my professional life, institutional builders matter a lot. Institutional builders, especially, it could be recently Jayant Vishnu Naralkar, he passed away. You see, I listened to half an hour discussions with him on any subject on astronomy and astrophysics. Likewise, we have Abdul Kalam sir and also Satish Dhawan and Professor U.R. Rao. They were little heard, but they had all the visions to give life to upcoming India. Today, India especially is able to give leadership for the whole world because of this 300 years of Swaraj and 75 years of independent India, and of late, the few decades of our own life, we have seen what can be done. So this is my quick response to your kind observations on me and inviting me. And I have been a great beneficiary because in a very simple opportunity when I was traveling in metro, Dr. Sujit Kumar my Nasin, he asked me, sir, is it possible to do some work on Nasin Bangalore water security? I said, yes, sir, definitely. You know what happened? A customs inspector became a water auditor. I used to go once in a while and come with the detail, and it was so nice. And the water issue was resolved by themselves only. So, can you imagine? This is what is enabling the community. So, this is one thing I can remember. Ajay Dikshit sir was so kind. A film was made in the Nasin report, it was included. Then Nasin Parasamudram, 2 square kilometer of 500 acres. I'm very proud to say that it's already in the global map. Busan, we had a paper. Narayan Swamy sir was one of the author. And in fact, there were 2 papers, one from the state government, one from Nasin, and it's going on now. And it was very well received. One day, the international training capacity building facility, Nasin Palasamudram, will become a global hub and best practice as a best practice. So with this, I will get into my presentation. The presentation is very simple and straightforward. Climate resilient water security. I would like to summarize like this. See, as a popular science activist for nearly 4 decades, Dr. Hanna, Narasimhaya, H. Narasimhaya, Professor Setu Rao, they have all groomed us. See, what exactly is required is we must communicate to 10th standard students and teachers and the public. That is our target. But here today I consider, since this is a sports and cultural entity under NASIN, I must again and again thank Narayan Swamy sir and the whole team, Kodandaram sir and Vasudev and all of you. Probably this is a very hopefully able to enable and enrich the lifestyle of people, whether it is water, whether it is food habits, whether it is, see, just giving blood donation is not a simple thing. Now, organ donations have come. See, that itself signifies a lot of things to learn. Anyway, with that, I would like to get along and I would like to spend little time on my presentation and more time on interactions because climate resilience, it looks a very tough subject, but it's not so. See, nowadays, putting in a very jovial, a lighter vein, the climate changes are taking place so much that all of us would like to become Jaina Munis. No need of cloth. That sort of a discomfort you are encouraging. And it was not earlier, just a decade ago. I remember when I was a high school student, as our Kodandaram sir said, when I was doing my 7th standard, when I came to Bangalore, because my sister was married to my brother-in-law and he was working in Bangalore. We came for Karga procession, sir, Karga procession. And it was not possible to take bath in the morning, cold water. So, and also, since 73, I'm a cyclist. 84 to 87, I have cycled at Bangalore. This is a lifestyle which was there in the past, but we are having a different situation today. I'll come to that later in the interaction, especially what is the way out for this deluge. So let me go on by saying that climate resilience is the one thing we should understand. Climate resilience is not new. Way back in 1992, there were 3 focused discussions at Earth Summit. One was on Agenda 21, that is to have a vision document for 21st century. The second one was on climate convention. The third one was biodiversity convention. Biodiversity convention you can take up later, and I'll not pick up on the Agenda 21 also. But now the climate convention. Climate convention to 1992 for the first time. For the first time, it documented the various symptoms or indicators which are giving such signals that definite changes are happening, which will have serious implication on agriculture, industry, urban settlements, and the human life as such. Because the carbon content, carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons. These are all the greenhouse gases. The numbers were increasing, and their heat trapping potential was also in geometrical terms. If carbon can hold one part of heat, methane will have four part. Likewise, the CFCs. So this sort of a thing was for the first time quantified. That time also, mind you, there were a lot of contemplations. No. If there is more of carbon in the atmosphere, you'll have the two-thirds of the Earth is ocean. It has got a lot of green algae and masses. Carbon dioxide will be absorbed. Nothing is going to happen. But the past decades since 1992, the evidences are very, very, very disturbing, and they are not in line with this, overlooking approaches. And now today we have a definite water crisis in many, many parts of the world, and we have a lot of losing the coastal line. In India itself, for example, we have lost as much as 40 kilometers of Orissa coastline in 60 years. And we have the cyclic activity of drought and deluge. Now Karnataka is undergoing the deluge phase. But those of you who lived in Bangalore, you can see in 2000 when Honorable S.M. Krishna sir was chief minister, for 5 years there was drought. We are going on to the homes with a water bottle, this thing, tumbler, saying that chambuna balasi, ಕಳಸದ ಚೊಂಬು ನಮ್ಮ ನೀರಿನ ಬವಣೆಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ. ನಲ್ಲಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇವಲ ನೀರಿನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಣೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸಿ, ಉಳಿದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಂಬು ಬಳಸಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಚೆಂಬುಗಳನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. That sort of a crisis was there in 2000 for 4-5 years. 80,000 temples were addressed by government of Karnataka to do prayers, to see that the rain gods respond. You see, that sort of a extreme. Even today, last year, 2023-24, 31,000 crore was the total loss because of heavy rain and loss of crops. So likewise, we have started getting definite indications that something is happening, something bad is happening, something irreversible is happening. So to summarize the climate change, it was in 1992 for the first time Earth Summit. But there, what happened? The people who are rich countries, they are not mending. I remember Professor Gadgil, when I was for 18 months at IASC on study leave from ISRO, Professor Gadgil and Anil Agarwal, that time he was alive, we all signed for a campaign at the Agenda 21 for a summit. That is polluter pays principle. Those who are contributing to climate change and pollution, and they should pay for it. But that was not agreed because the approach of the rich countries was not to bother about climate. Judge Bush Senior said simply, I don't have money for climate change. But as a contrast, Al Gore, his deputy vice president of USA, was very much keen. Even today, he says that every third person in USA is affected by deluge, of cyclones, hurricanes. And see, the reality is always stranger. George, our Trump, Honorable President Trump, in his first term, has to go onto his knees. Angela cyclone don't hurt Americans because, as you can see in the next few slides, the disasters, there are two forms of disasters scientifically. One is natural, another is technological. Even a war is a technological one. It's not a natural disaster. See, about in 1900, there were as many as 50 disasters, both combined, natural as well as technological. And now, what has happened? It has become 4 times. Where is 50 disasters per year in 1900, now to over 200 per year. So every alternative day, you can say, or even shorter than that, you will have some cyclone or disaster happening. It could be landslide, it could be hurricane, it could be deluge, it could be totally dryness. See, these sort of disasters are occurring, and that is being monitored. That I will mention in the future. This thing. Then next, please. Then we have a situation in which the implications. Next one, please. See, this is an idea to give how the cities. This is an extract of my PhD program on climate resilient water security. This you can see in summary. It is like this: the rich are 4 times contributing to the climate disasters. If in India, if it is 1.9 tons of carbon dioxide per person per year, it is 4 times in America or Western world. And the challenge today is we must quantify the impacts and see that it's a proposal is going on because I'm a part of COP 26, 27, 28 under UN. There's a proposal for the climate funding. Like we have the GSTs, picking up to lakhs of, rupees. A day will come. This is my hopelessly hopeful dream that a climate funding should come as a rescue from outside for being climate resilient carbon footprint in India. A day will come. So the very process of getting financial sources from this sort of a adverse thing we are facing is going to be reality. This is my projection. So after this, please, next one. It's very important to know that the nations are suffering a lot because the natural disasters always affect the most vulnerable groups. Our budget, our expenses will mount like anything. Because just imagine, because of deluge, crops lost, people migrate, and absentia. All these things have to be met by government. On the one hand, it is generating revenue, it is pumping a lot of resources, but the natural disasters are taking the better of it. So this is reality. Next one, please. And also, again, coming back to the point, there is a definite indication and a confirmation that the rich countries need to respond more. So since Paris Agreement in COP, we have about $150 billion being identified. But now some projects are coming up and the quantification is planned, and it is going to become order of the international financial management. Next one, please. This is also very important, a part of my PhD thesis. You can see 2 circles here. Circles are like 2 eyes, But what is important is about 250 plus scientists at Geneva as a part of United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. They're working since 1992, and they are coming out with such a wonderful interpretation. The first one is definite change, financial implication, health implication. The second one is trends. Third one is we don't know. We're yet to get a quantification. That's sort of a very clear-cut indications of change, climate change is happening. And next one, please. These are the 10 important pathways which are taken out from the 2021 IPCC, UNCC. These are all very important. 1.5 degrees Celsius is the target. And you can see here out of the 10 pathways, what is important is changing home behavior is an important but often overlooked climate action opportunity. Nature-based solutions, I'll take only three of them and discuss with you. Changing home behavior. Let me tell you, very simple. The energy used to get water from Thorakadnahalli, from Kaveri to Bangalore, it is simply about 80 crores of rupees of electric bill to pump every drop of water for 120 kilometers against a gradient of 500 meters. Every drop of water is being pumped from Thorakadnahalli to Bangalore. But mind you, I have a colleague in KSST retired, Shiv Kumar. He never touches Kaveri water. He's having such a storage facility at home. He depends only on the rainwater. He stores the water for the whole year and it doesn't touch Kaveri water. In fact, I remember in NIAS, one of our presentation, and Dr. Kesurangan sir and LC Jain sir was there. I was invited to give a talk because I was an intern in 1982 to 84 from IIT Kharagpur and Bangalore. Fortunately, my work also at ISRO headquarters was on designing the treatment plants, water systems for ISRO facilities all over the country, and my PhD also. And I'm doing postdoctoral. Good news for Kodandaram sir, because this V Valley, about 50 kilometers cutting across the Bangalore, and we are trying to make some life out of it. Identify the pollution control, potential pollution sources. About 30 years, you see, 30 years, 19 parameters of pollution parameters are documented for about 40 stations. And we want to take up the mobile drones and satellite. And our Kiran Kumar sir is very much helping me to do it. A day will come. Already Niri and CSIR also are embarked on that, V Valley. So why I'm coming to this is, whether it's at individual city level or even at home level, you'll be shocked to know. I'm always having in my bag a TDS meter and an alkaline meter, and I'm not finding anywhere in public water fit for drinking. It should be 500 milligram per liter total dissolved solids, and you don't find it anywhere in all the RO plants. It is 40, 50, even 10 are there, but it's having a lot of implication on heart, kidney, and cancer incidence. We are simply promoting health risks. At Mysore, for example, I have got a data 20% is the increase in cancer. And we have 6 lakhs of RO plants and 100 Shuddha Nirina Kataka. No, it's not correct. It's not correct. See, what is to be done is the water we are getting, especially Kaveri watershed, is simply do not boil, make it warm. Because the borewell and the Kaveri water supplied to you is fit for drinking. The apprehension is because of old pipes and leakages. The water supply is not 24/7. There is a contamination possibility. Just you have to warm it. If you boil it, everything is set down. The most vital items. So that's an example of how, in one of the 10 pathways, our lifestyle can make a big difference. For example, if you go for Bangalore case or a household level, there are options available. Go for a simple ceramic water filter at home. It does a wonderful job. You need not have to. So that is the focus. Here again, you find the IPCC is coming out with specific interventions, and thanks to NASIN, Institute at Palasamudram, I could study in the national level climate policy, and also and Karnataka. What we find is good number of projects are defined and they are being taken up seriously. That's one good thing. Climate resilience is looked into seriously in national level, states level also. That is one thing. Maybe in one of my presentations soon, focusing on Nasin Palasamudram, I should be able to give better insight to these things. Next one, please. This is about, I already mentioned to you, how enormous amount of water, financial resources are getting drained because of climate change. This is projected to be 52,000 crores in 2030. Already we have reached 30 crores in 23, 24. So this is not going to, it's an irreversible change. But the point is, as a good surgeon will always say, let us reverse the reversible. That is not happening. Our lifestyle should change and our carbon footprint should be quantified, and we should get money from the international systems, and so that it is better in our management. Next one, please. So these are all good number of cases are there. I will not go too much into it. In 2023, if I'm right, 2 years back. I was invited by WMO, World Meteorological Organization, in a international conference on World Water Week. I was a participant and I was roped into WMO for reviewing 100 such good practices. How communities are managing their water crisis, the climate change. Examples. Next one, please. This is what I mentioned to you. Today it is possible to document on a weekly basis the disasters happening. This is one EM data source. Next one, sir. See, as I mentioned to you, the natural disasters and technological disasters are two types of disasters. And you find a disaster being given number and where and things like that. That sort of a quantification is happening. Since 1900, they are able to do it. Because, you can ask me, sir, how is it possible in 1900 to document? Evidences are there. They can diagnose, analyze, and come to that. So from 1900 to present day, we have on a weekly basis disaster being managed, monitored. Next one, sir. This is a simple example of what can be done. It's an awareness program in the COVID time, which had an opportunity to bring down all the best disasters. Next one, sir. And make a list of since centuries together the various pandemics. And I must tell you, very important thing in India, one epidemiological act of 1890s and all, it was revised and made National Disaster Management Act. That made a big difference. We had the deputy commissioners becoming the hub for managing the disasters, and we put COVID as a disaster. That made a big difference. So this list gives the source, what happened, and things like that. Next one, sir. Okay, when it comes to the quarter, we have to look at the sustainable development goals. Each nation has got sustainable development goals. Directly relevant to water is sustainable development goals 6, 17. See, they look at the clean water and sanitation, and this is being reviewed at district level, and review is going on, and a lot of improvement is taking place. For example, Jal Jeevan Mission of Government of India is a wonderful initiative. Need for sustained water quality monitoring is one drawback that has been found out. If that is plugged, I think is one of the best possible, because water has to be a public good. That is, it should be free. Water and sanitation must be free. It is possible, but to make people responsible, some sort of fees is being fixed. So, sustainable development goals is an important parameter for our progress on water security, and it's happening. Next, sir. And even the community level, people are getting aware, and this is one case of a Mysore city. People have become concerned. See, for example, if you see Vachana Sahitya, Akkamadevi, one of the great Vachana Garthi, in one of her Vachanas, she says, trees' roots are Jangama's tongues. There is two concepts of Jangama and Stavara. Stavara is for a temple, Jangama is for a wanderer. So she compares roots of the trees to Jangama's tongue. And if a drop of water is on the Jangama's tongue, as in tree root, it will go to the head, that is the leaves. See, that is a wonderful imagination 800 years back. And I learned it in one of my Western Ghat March in 1992. And then I became an engineer in charge for Satellite Control Center. 1,000 trees were connoted as recharge points. And I'm so happy and proud, even in Asin, Bangalore, that initiative, you enter, you can see some of the trees having circular holes in the ground level. That is the way. Water should be allowed, because there are only three phenomena that happens when water falls. It should percolate or evaporate or flood. But what we are doing today is we are allowing it to flood. There the problem is there. So that way people are becoming aware, and now they are removing the RCC and PCC and pavement, tiles from the trees surrounding in Mysore. Next one, sir. This is about the extract facility. You can see such parts are there in Nasin also. And when you enter to the right side, the main building, Nasin Bangalore, you find such big trenches. Water will be getting in there and in a trains, and it will percolate down. Next one, sir. This was in 2016. And here again, you see what I mentioned. You have in Nasin, Bangalore itself, a wonderful wastewater treatment, natural. And the right side, as I mentioned earlier, it is small, trenches, circular trenches around the trees. Next one, sir. This is a case study of one home where as many as 22 best practices are being documented. Next one, sir. This house has got a kitchen biogas plant where the kitchen waste, food waste are converted into biogas. And right side you find the biogas 2.225 kgs per day capacity. Left side you find the burner. Next one, sir. This is about 22, and the latest one is a PM Sauragruha. We invested about 2.25 lakhs, got 75,000 rupees subsidy, and 2,000 rupees, approximately 2,000 rupees was our monthly electric bill. Now it is stopped, and we are pumping the energy to Chescom, and we get about 400 to 500 rupees every month. And it all started with the solar and wind in 2008, 16 years back. And there are so many things happening that have been listed. Next one, sir. This is from the wetland also. We are treating the grey water, the small trench. This is a banana fruit. And middle you have the aerobic biodigester. What is to be done is 100 kg of wet waste. In 40 days, will become 30 kg of compound. No need to do anything. Simply, it should be kept aside, that's all. Because we have got so much of sunlight. In Kannada, it said, "Berevaru asuya paduvastu surya shaka namalide." Simply allow the wet waste to be separated. Nature will do the job. That you cannot do in cold countries. And we're having that aerobic biodigester. And we have on the right side also, you have this wetland being shown. Next one, sir. This is in ISRO. Some of the documentations made on the wastewater and water management and the solid waste also. Next one, sir. These are all the technical things. And we have from 10 KLD to 1 MLD. KLD refers to 10,000 kiloliters a day to 1 million. That 1 million liters a day, it was at ISRO Satellite Center. Now called Professor U.R. Rao Satellite Center. And 1984 it was designed. Thanks to our department, I was involved as a designer, youngest designer after my MTech, and it won an award in 2000 by state government. And now the total cost of the plant for 1 MLD was 17 lakhs. Because 70% of the water was recycled and reused for washing the, excuse me, for flushing the toilets in the urinals, and also air conditioning water, cooling water, and also horticulture. 70%, that is 7 lakh liters per day, was recycled and reused. What are the implication? The implication was every year you're saving 6 lakhs of rupees by not paying that money to corporation for water supply. In 3 years, the money came back to us. See, that sort of a recovery and reuse and recycling options are already happening, and this was very well covered in my PhD thesis. And such things are happening, and it should happen. A day will come, I'm convinced, as happening in the International Space Station, like we have the fridge, for cooling our food items. A day will come, a fridge size equipment will be able to treat your solid waste and also liquid waste, sewage and urine. and it need not get outside in a pipe and make the city flooded with waste. That's also already happening. Netherlands space program, Aqua is being implemented in Africa. A day will come. Actually, in cold countries, you cannot go for a water carrier system. You have to burn the fishes, that sort of a thing. So technological options are also there. Next one, sir. This is extended aeration in ISRO, the sewage treatment, pressure filter, and reverse osmosis is used here, but treating the water for better quality. But what is happening in drinking purpose, we are removing everything. We actually are abusing the reverse osmosis technology. Reverse osmosis technology came because of sea voyagers were having problem to drink the water, which is saline, having 40,000 milligram per liter of TDS. In the coastal areas where the sea water and the fresh water interface, it could be 10,000. When too much of pumping is there from the groundwater, it could go about 6 to 7,000. But the national standard, IS 10,500, prescribes up to 2,000. But unfortunately, all the RO plants, yesterday I measured one at Bangalore International Airport. It is giving only 80. And everybody is saying that, no, sir, it's correct. I said, no, it's not so. We have to comply with IS 10,500, 2,000. That's the only standard. All other water bottles, they put in some nonsense IS codes which are not relevant. They may hoodwink people saying that we've added some minerals and all. Nothing happens. I visited some of the RO bottling plants. It is only putting people into risk, health risk. And this photo shows that some of the treatment options available to make wastewater useful water for non-potable here. Next one, sir. I'm coming towards the end now. For any community, whether it's community of residents or industry or service sector, we need to have specific action plan. We need to define the target and the objective and go on working. And ISRO is a very good example. How a simple vision of taking space technology to human welfare first, it really took 50 years. Now only we see space voyages, Mangalyana, Chandrayana and all. But our visionaries were very clear to have space for human welfare. After completing that only we are coming out. So that sort of a thing, we are very proud to have to say. We are many times we are practicing decentralized good practices, learning from mistakes, so many things. That's a point of importance. Next one, sir. These are some handouts. I'm very happy to. I don't know whether Dr. Suchit is here. In fact, he took a table out of this, and you can find on the, security office in Nasin, Bangalore. You find a poster being displayed on water conservation. And next one, sir, is both in Kannada and English. And you see here how lifestyle can improve the water saving, such as brushing, such as shaving, cleaning cars, so many things. There are already alternatives available. If you switch over, you can do a lot of saving. Next one, sir. It's the same thing in local Kannada vernacular. Next one. Yeah. Yes, sir. This is some education program I'm involved with my daughters and wife. We had at Busan a 10-week long in non-formal, no-cost self-study space program. And I'm very happy to say that there are 3 papers presented there. One paper was with Narendra Swamy sir as one of the co-author, Ajimati also madam. There was one paper, another paper from the state government. This poster was from an education. This was at Busan 2024, South Korea. Next one. So these are all the ongoing programs. I'm involved in some education activities. Students, they'll be given 1 hour a week an assignment. They're working very well. Right now, since COVID days, it is about 500. If you are interested to have some of your children or relatives to do at home without any fees in their mother tongue on space related things like painting, poem, and things, this can be taken up. This is such a schedule for 10 weeks. Next one, sir. These are references. Next. Inferences. Inference is very important here. Climate resilient action are basically nature and community based solutions. I can quote something here. My father was a primary school teacher and a farmer, and he used to grow vegetables from the grey water. And now we have got one at home here. Which we saw a banana and other things grown, it is possible. And at Bangalore, BWSSB and Pollution Control Board are serious on this. A day will come, small, not apartments, small individual dwelling homes will go for some sort of grey water. You see, just imagine if a good amount of water, about 30 to 40% of our daily consumption, if that is not put into the sewers, where is the question of flooding? It can be effectively used because we are the offsets, although the building, but offsets are also being compromised. So it's a very challenging situation, but we must think of taking waste as a resource. That is the message. And best practices are available that need to be documented. It's going on. And education has to go on because I can remember one of my informal students in Australia was communicating to me a 6-year-old child, girl child at home. He was telling father and mother, Father, why you are allowing the water to flow when not required? Why are you making the lights on when you are not requiring? That sort of a education at children level is going on, and it's happening in India also. That should happen more and more. Next one, sir. Yeah, here is one painting I was mentioning to you. Granddaughter of Madhayappa, Kandaprabha editor, an old friend of mine. Personally, also, I request people to put their children and grandchildren. This girl, 10 weeks she completed. One of her imagination is, you see, the ISRO logo has been converted into the butterfly all over the frogs. And let the butterflies fly. You see, this is the message she is giving. With the help of her mother and father, she has made that. Very highly creative children, students are there. And they are a part of space because every other every third student will say, I want to be an astronomer. That is the new order of the day. So I think that's the end of it. So many thanks. I hope I have covered some aspects for to ignite some feeling. Is very difficult to communicate all the things in a time given. Nevertheless, I think little less than 1 hour. I could have compressed it better, but my apologies for that. Nevertheless, I will try to communicate what is possible. So, if there are any things I should learn further by taking your queries and responses, I will be happy. Thank you very much.
So it was really thought provoking. It will be unbecoming of us to say otherwise. So you have made the point very clear. We need to keep our resources clean, all natural resources. Without our water, there will be no life existence. We are the responsible people for contamination, and we need to take steps at every stage of our activities on this earth to avoid contamination, overuse, abuse. It was very well framed talk. Now I request my friends who are here, if they have any question, you can either use the chat box, or if you are comfortable, you can raise your hand and ask questions. I request Mr. Vasudevan to take over from me, to take up those things and then present a vote of thanks to our beloved speaker today.
Thank you, Kodandaram ji. Dear friends, any questions, any clarifications or your opinion, you can ask our esteemed speaker guest today, especially water related, because Bangalore is one of the cities in India which is too congested and we are facing a lot of problems If the rains are good, we are going to have good water supply. But then, how long will it go? We have to pay a price. So, sir has given a very wide and detailed study and how to face the future. Because even otherwise, by 1930s, wars will be fought only for water antanu ide. That is, water wars will be there and there are predictions. So I invite any of the participants who would like to interact with sir, any questions on this or your opinions, kindly raise your hands and you can talk to sir directly.
Subramaniam, you can speak now.
Okay. Thank you very much for the enlightening on these climate changes and especially on water. Now, in Bangalore, we are having groundwater supplied by borewell as well as Kaveri water. And we are advised to you go for aqua garden and something like that and get the RO water. But I feel that RO water is only H2O and nothing else. But how to get a clean water in such a situation? Because they say that borewell is very hard water. In such a situation, how to get a clean water for our use, both for personal hygiene as well as drinking?
Sir, many thanks for a very important question. I'll try to answer it very specifically. Water for Bangalore. Even today, we're depending on groundwater in spite of having 5th, 6th stages of water coming to Kaveri water coming to Bangalore. What is required today is BWSSB has been entrusted water and sanitation total management. What WHO mandatory guideline is every 6 months, water quality has to be assessed and displayed. I mean notified. So what is that we can do? I remember in 1980s, Dore and Sesh, they were very active people in civil engineers and contractors, They constructed some of our plants. They went to High Court and questioned BWSSB. They are not able to supply good quality water. After long deliberations in the court, finally the High Court took a decision. That time it was 15,000 kilometers of pipeline, Bangalore. Now it has gone to 4 times more or so. The inference by the court was, with 15,000 kilometers of pipeline and no 24/7, see in Singapore, they have got copper pipes for water supply. Here, in those days, we had cast iron pipes. Many a times, people don't know where the pipes are, leave alone their conditions. Then cross contamination takes place because of pressures and all, the pipe break and the water get ingress. You are very right. Subramanian sir, you are right. There is a high risk of water getting contaminated. So the question is, what is the way out? The way out is lot of water ecological literacy is there. And that people are making money out of it. What is that? I hope you can recall. Earlier days before the RO water, what was the solution? A ceramic filter with a circular steel container. It used to give you the best possible water. Now what is happening? Only I was very happy. DRDO has come out with a technological option now to treat the water. After long years of legal battle in Supreme Court said RO water should not be used because it wastes 70% of water. It removes everything. It is simply dead water. And you are promoting cancer, kidney problems, and heart problems. I still remember in 1984-86 when I was at IIT Kharagpur, I read an article, Royal Commission on Water. It said, soft water is not good for heart. Very simple. But in that case, why is that in offices, homes, RO water being used? Because there is a lot of myth being built up. If you take RO water, your health will be good. It's not so. What is the way out? The simplest solution for the poor, middle class, and the people who cannot afford RO is this. Because it costs 16,000 or so for an RO plant. We had one, we removed it. And now we are going for a very high energetic Kangan water at home. Because it's worth. It doesn't involve a lot of expenses, yearly medical budget and all. Okay, coming back to this issue. Take your water, whether it's borewell or Kaveri, simply warm it, don't boil it. If you boil it, all the salts and the vitamins will go away. They get settled. White patch. They are required for your body. So the first option is go for simply warming and making it cool, and the water is tasty, it will have vital things for you, you'll get. If you have money, go for a ceramic filter. It is equally good. Once in 6 months, you wash that ceramic filter, you will be here. And if at all, for example, I'll come to the solution also. If at all you are having an RO plant at home, the beauty of RO plant is the UV, ultraviolet disinfection. You can still, this happened actually for us. We had an aqua guard. My second daughter, a surgeon now at Lucknow. She asked me and my wife to come with about 18 items of her, so many of her personal belongings. We took this also. She ordered this unit also. Before going ahead, I was in a guilt actually. Okay, how can I promote aqua guard? Then I brought that people. They said, sir, you cannot do anything. But we insisted that you keep the UV, you maintain the RO in such a way the background TDS is kept intact. Sir, it was possible, sir. So what does it mean? Available your RO system also can be used. They need not be thrown away because it has got the UV advantage, removing the possible infection sources.
Bacteria
And pathogens and all. So that's sort of a, but those who don't have, kindly go for a ceramic filter. Those who cannot afford ceramic filter also, sir, ceramic filter, what, sir? 600 rupees onwards you get. Whereas AquaGuard is 16,000. And what is the financial implication of the RO? You just make a small experiment. RO water, non-RO water. Sir, in 1 week you try, sir, your constipation, your health issues, your effectiveness of medicines will be improved. I can bet for you. So that sort of a solution can be planned, sir. I hope Subramanian sir is...
He is our very senior officer, sir.
Because
He's
that
one of
RO,
our, very good
I am
officer.
not liking, but I don't have the option. Because I am being troubled by some ailments. They say that you should take the clean water only. But what is the clean water? I was confused.
Sir, in that case, see, since you are also a central government employee like me, I am a part of CHSS. Me and my wife, because of aging, we do take medicine, sir. And they have become very effective because we are not using RO. The solution is this. There is one energetic medical water unit, a Japanese unit. It costs very much, sir. But the money is going to be nullified over a period of time for the expenses you are incurring, the medicines you are paying. It's called the energetic water unit, and it has cured beyond doubt people with heart, stroke, and cancer. Evidences are there. You can simply go for it so that your life is extended further. And further, I tell you, Gardachar metro station opposite to that the energetic one office is there. Just opposite. See, such things have to be resorted to because it's a question of life, sir. And we are losing one by one our age group and the senior people because of heart issue or cancer or kidney issues. which are triggered and enhanced by RO. I don't blame the RO. Wherever you have arsenic, fluoride, and such serious issues, ROs have to be used, but they tell that they are going to add minerals, that they are not doing it because it costs money. But the thing is, IS 10,500 2012 is the only standard we should accept and we should demand for it. If you don't do that, you'll be becoming victims of this propaganda. Sir, in railway stations, sir, rail neer and that small this thing will be there. 5 rupees 20 liter or 1 rupee 1 liter, something like that. But quality monitoring is important. That is not happening. That is, people are minting money because of that.
So can we add anything to our RO water to make it better?
Exactly, sir. RO water, it is the responsibility. See, once in a while they come with 500 rupees charging, no maintenance.
Yeah.
They should be told, look, whether it is any company, they're all very good companies. About 10 to 12 companies are there. You simply ask a question to them. Sir, we are ready to pay you 500 rupees. I mean, they're concerned, not the operator, but the people who are playing. You should tell that boy or somebody who comes to repair, bring your pass. We are ready to pay the money, but this 10,500 standard has to be met. What is that we should add? So that your equipment is used. Your equipment is used.
Unit, so what is the unit name of 10,500?
IS 10,500 2012 is the IS standard, sir.
Standards.
Okay. It's an IS code, sir. Physical, chemical, biological, radiological. All these about 20, more than 20 parameters are being listed. The minima and the maxima. Unfortunately, these private companies are not bothered, sir. Because people are not demanding. Very simple.
Can we get some meters to monitor it?
Yes, sir. You can order a TDS meter. It's an analog pen-like thing, and a pH. These are available in the Amazon. About 300 rupees if you pay, they can supply this, sir. I will show you the one I have. So this is a simple pen-like this thing, sir. TDS meter. You can shop it in the Amazon. This simply you immerse this instrument into the water you want to measure. Immediately displays the TDS value. Likewise, we have the alkalinity meter also.
Okay.
That will give a good control, sir. And you should please download IS 10,500 2012 from the web.
Okay.
So that will give you so much of a strength, you know. These 500 rupees they are taking for every maintenance, no? They can serve a purpose because you are not asking, they simply go away.
Okay.
So what is the TDS that is allowed as per drinking water?
Sir, 500 is a minimum.
Okay, sir.
2,000 is a maximum.
2,000.
2,000 is a maximum. Minimum is 500. But what they are telling, these people, no, they have been not being given good information. Sir, 500 is maximum, sir. You are 30, 40. It's a very easy.
That is what always he puts the TDS and says that, sir, yours is 300, 400, very good.
No, actually, they're not telling it is lesser than what is minimum required.
So we are ignorant about these things.
Sir, actually, sir, basically, I've seen in some Andhra Pradesh places 610.
Okay.
TDS value 6 and 10.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, sir. But this RO water, can we add any salt or anything to?
Yes, sir. That's what, sir. Sir, RO water is like this. You have removed the best possible.
Yes, sir.
And you need to add what is deficient there. As I told you, IS 10500 2012 has got physical, chemical, biological, and radiological standards. Say, for example, X has got a problem with kidney, Y has got a problem with heart, Z has got an indication of cancer. You have to sit tight with the dietitian. Look, this is my water I'm using. Because water is a food item, sir. How can we ignore it? Water, you see. Otherwise, what happens? Famous song of Raj Kapoor comes into picture. Ganga teri maili ho gayi. लोगों का पाप धोके धोके राम तेरी गंगा मैली हो गई.
Wonderful,
So
sir.
that,
Anybody else have any question?
Any other participants, please? Thank you, Umesh sir, for your questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving a chance.
Umesh sir, it was a very good question, sir. I learned a lot.
Anybody else? Sir, from my side, one small, usually we boil coffee ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಡಿಕಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 5:30 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾವೇರಿ ನೀರು ಇದೆ, ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಲು ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಫಿಗೆ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಾಯ್ಲ್, ಬಟ್ ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಒಂದು 70 ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ವರೆಗೂ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಂತ ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಔಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್.
ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, when you collect the water and boil thoroughly, it will become a distilled water, because all the salts will be settling down. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಫಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಟೀ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, they get into the coffee powder and tea. They become enriched. ಅದನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ the correct approach is why to require to boil, sir. Boiling itself takes away so many things. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ನೀವು ಕುಡಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಕಷ್ಟ. Wait for it to cool down and drink, and much of the things is last also.
Good, sir.
Anyway, sir, my summary comment would be like this. I'm extremely happy. NASIN to me is my third home. My first home is ISRO. The second home is Pollution Control Board, where I served as the founder director of a Danida Training Institute. Now it's EMPRI. Danish, okay. 95-97, I was trained in Denmark. So as a training manager, and this thing. Then my other home is ATA Mysore, where I served as professor hood co-chair for 4 years on deputation from ISRO. And NASIN was one other home, because for my PhD I used the NASIN Bangalore project. And for my postdoctoral and also the futuristic work, I'm taking the Palasamudram project. And I wish NASIN as an international training facility at Palasamudram gets into biodiversity issues and climate resilient issues, and more important, getting into skill building of trainees who are in the GST to get into climate funding regime, so that our carbon footprint fetches money for us from the international domains. This is what my loud thinking is. That's it, sir. Thank you very much.
Also, final words.
Yes, sir. Dear friends, that was a wonderful session, and sir shared his vast knowledge on the maintenance of water, the importance of water. before I actually go into the formal vote of thanks, ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ನನ್ನ ನೆನಪು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಭಾಗೀರಥ ಮೇಡ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಾಣಗಳಿಂದ ಭಾಗೀರಥ ಮೇಡ್ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಪೆನನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಮೋಸ್, and which is controlled by none other than the god Nataraja Shiva. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೋದು, ಆದ್ರೆ the satellites which we are sending, our Hubble telescope, our latest any telescopes or any radio, this one, the first thing the Western scientists or any scientist looks into there is whether there is element of water available in the interstellar space. That is life form, ಜೀವರಾಶಿಗಳು ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೈನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು ದಶಾವತಾರ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯ ಅವತಾರ, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಓಷನ್. So, and now each one of us should become like Bhagirath to preserve and conserve and keep the environment clean, and also use water judiciously and without spoiling the environment. Because water management is going to be, because population increase is another big challenge. And ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ Kyoto Protocol of 1997 and Paris Convention, which discusses about carbon footprints, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, nitric oxide, and sulfur dioxide and methane, which are the main pollutants of the atmosphere. Because when the atmosphere gets spoiled, the quality of rainwater also gets influenced because of that. So ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ we have a responsibility, act responsibly in keeping the water this one. So from the sir's lecture today, I am sure that each one of us are taking a very good message from sir's 1 hour of presentation, that ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು we have to use the best practices as regards conserving and maintaining good water management, purify and optimize the water consumption. And any waste also we can use it for plants and other things. So which nature is a very big cure. It can cure the elements present in the soil, can purify the water and send it back to the ground. Thereby we are going to reduce the contamination and also utilize to the maximum or optimum levels. So I'm sure all of us would have, the participants would have also enjoyed, and thanks Umesh sir also to sir to have asked a question and interaction. And as sir said, is ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ನೇಸನ್ ತಂಡಕ್ಕೆ he has been a very good resource person, so we can utilize sir's services and knowledge and advice. So I thank on behalf of Samprabha and G Sambhashane Tanda, I thank all our Kodandaram sir, our president sir, and the technical team who are with us to have given this beautiful program. I thank Professor sir profusely for having enlightened us on this evening. Thank you very much, sir. Have a nice weekend. Good night to all the participants. Namaskara. Vandanegulu.
Sir, all credits to our elders and science university of Brest. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sarve janaah sukhino bhavantu.
Sukhino bhavantu.
Sarve
Thank you,
Jeevi
sir.
Sukhino Bhavantu. Yes, sir.
Thank you.